Hello, people. Hello, hello, hello. This is Spirit Journey. How are you doing? Yes, I'm using StreamYard to do this live. How are you all doing? Today is Sunday here in Rwanda. Yes, it is November 24, 2024, and the time here is about 3:17 a.m. Yes. Hello there, as we have a viewer already. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How are you? Yeah, I woke up. I woke up a couple of hours ago. Yes. Yeah, people, when I fall asleep early, I also wake up early too. Yeah, I woke up thinking that it was late later than it was. But it was like, I think 11:30 p.m. or something like that. So I just, was watching videos. Yeah, I was in my living room. I had fell asleep with the monitor on, and I just put on a video. Yeah, I watching. I want to talk about something. I didn't know much about the subject. I was just learning about this thing called the quiet zone. The quiet zone, and but prior to that, yes, I was watching. Yes, I've been watching a lot of things on Puffy and the singer, the rap singer, performer, producer, and all that. And the more I hear about the people there, the more I just think this is so bizarre. And I think it's all about what is reality. Like this channel, Spirit Journey. You might wonder what is someone's spiritual journey? What does that have to do? Like, why would you even talk about the music industry? Well, it's part of the when you're waking up. Like if you're raised in one thing and you're seeing that people's behavior, what is controlling us, what is controlling our behavior, and that is part of like the opening. It's like pulling this screen, the curtains back and looking into the room, and you think that life is one way, and I find it quite disturbing. And I think part of the reason why I'm watching it, well, yeah, I'm kind of glued with the with YouTube. I am, no lie. But at the same time, I question certain things in my life. But what's really out there? What is the deal? And so I think that's why I watch and I have questions about myself. No, I've never been to any of his parties, never met the man, and don't want to. But I think that this day and age about what is truth, what is reality, why are people so eager to be accepted to a party? Yeah, back in the day, I remember I gave a party. That was in 1980, let's see, 87, 1987, I gave a party in New York City. I used to roller skate with some, yeah, I used to roller skate people. And that was I think my first real initiation of people and lives. I lived a very, I think, sheltered life in some aspects. I was naive about a lot of things. And then again, a child then coming into adulthood and working. And so, so your awakeness happens in stages of your life. So I think my first real initiation about life in general, adulthood, I was 23 going on 24. And then, so I was meeting people and learning about Black history and wanting to know about other Blacks. And the group that I roller skated with, it was primarily a Black group. They roller skated in Central Park, and I was like an unofficial member. It's not like paperwork you have to sign in. It's like you come, someone brings you in, and so you're in. And I remember going to their parties. It was fantastic. I had a fantastic time and I had such a ball that I wanted to throw my own little party. I was really naive and nerdy and everything, but they helped me out with the party and it was a success. But I see now in hindsight that that is dangerous to do because, see, when you have an open party, and people may bring their guests, whatever, and you have people who crash parties. Crashing a party means, someone who's not invited, but they come. And, but these days, you never know who's going to come to your party. Um, and so I was thinking about some of these people, that are being interviewed now regarding Puffy. That's how I know him as the name. Um, Got me thinking, and then I put on another video, and then they talked about this thing called the quiet zone. And I think that, like, from the Puffy and then the quiet zone, you might think it's unrelated, but it's again about what's going on. And I thought the quiet zone, and it's actually called the quiet zone. I think, like, wow, it almost sounds like the Twilight Zone, that movie that came out. I mean, the TV series that came out in what was that, the 1950s or 60s. But it had a mysterious uh, ring to it, the Quiet Zone, to me. And so I proceeded to watch. It was a program. These two dudes from America, and they're traveling to Appalachia. Yeah, these mountain ranges on the east side of the eastern coastline. It runs from north to south or south to north. Is a mountain ridge, and it's known as Appalachia, or some people call it Appalachia. Believe me, I know it as Appalachia, and very beautiful, very beautiful. And New York State also has some of these mountains. Part of it is beautiful. Yeah, the Adirondacks Mountains, but I think it's still considered part of Appalachia. But really, when people say Appalachia, they're really talking about more the southern region of the U.S., where, like, West Virginia in particular, the Carolinas and all that, Tennessee, those areas there. And these two YouTubers were taking an adventure to this place called the Quiet Zone, and where there is no communication device, like no microwave, no internet. And it attracts people who might be sensitive to these waves that are in the air. I forget the term, but you can get, like, a type of sickness bombarded by these waves, uh, and it can make you nauseous, headaches, things like that. And I just thought it was interesting. I thought at one point that I was getting sensitive to it too. Like um, I was on the computer, and yes, I was on it for a long time, and then I was going to throw up. So that was like, wow, what's going on here? I felt sick all of a sudden. Yeah, so I think some of the devices may emit certain things. It's like what's really weird is, as a child and young adult, I watched television, just the regular television that we all grew up in the 1960s and 70s and 80s. Okay, um, I never got sick, and also when I was watching TV, I was considerably further back from the screen. And I mean, I had it on all day, that was entertainment for me, watching TV, the TV programs. I watched it all. Yeah, it's called a program for a reason. Yeah, it's designed to program you. Um, but yeah, it just caught my attention. And West Virginia, where they were heading to, caught my attention as well. A couple of years ago, it might have been like 2.5 years ago, I thought about West Virginia. I looked into West Virginia to possibly move there. I wanted, I was getting fed up with New York, and New York City used to be, uh, when I say New York City, I mean Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, um, from the 40s. I like the West Side better. From the 40s all the way to the Village, that region. Soho is nice too, but I didn't go there often. But from like 40 something street all the way to the Village was my interest. That's where I went out and did all my shopping and everything like that. Um, yeah, things were getting rough in New York. And so I thought, like, hey, maybe uh, having a simpler life. And I felt funny about my apartment situation. I mean, I had a great place, but I was having an awakening regarding, yeah, there's a lot of many of the real estate industry and the landlords, they're corrupt, and they often double dip, and um, they leave a very negative taste in my mouth. And when I had learned something, like I was just looking into I shared this before, I was looking into my records, and my school records, from way back, elementary school on to high school. Even my birth records, my birth certificate, and I had a type of awakening or awareness, and it shook me. I felt that a particular type of people uh, were was too close for comfort for me. That I felt that it's like they're there, but they're not there. And that I didn't like that they had I felt control over me. And from birth to where I live. And it's like, wow, how did this happen? And I felt like my space, I felt uncomfortable. And that was part of the reason why I wanted to move. And they had owed me money, several $1,000s. So it could have been maybe close to $2,500 with the first time, and then more money. Yeah, so they made out several $1,000s rich, and I realized I feel that they they are doing this to other people. They try to intimidate, but because they're big and powerful, and you feel like, hey, you got to comply. And then I said no at the end. And yeah, they have my security, and it was interesting. Before I left, they said, oh, you have to put more money down for your security, but and I've been there for almost 20 years. They never asked for, so it's almost as if they knew that I wanted to leave. So let's get the money and then not give it. They'll find some reason not to give you your money. So I had, a couple of years ago, as I mentioned, I was interested in moving. And, I love nature. And back then, I had all three of my little beautiful fur babies, and we would go to Central Park's Ramble and walk around in nature. I loved it. I did this consistently from, mid 2020. Yeah, around late May, June. Did this regularly. I had learned about the place called the Ramble, and because an incident happened there, the Karen, the Central Park Karen, uh, had threatened this man uh, who was just letting her know, hey, you're not supposed to have your dog off leash, and this is a natural reserve, to protect the wildlife and everything. You have your dog off leashes. You're not supposed to do that. And she threatened to call the police and say that a black man is trying to harm her dog. Okay, in New York City, historically, it's always been not too nice to black people, especially black men. And she does this on camera. And of course, she lied, and the video went viral, and that's how I learned about this place called the Ramble. And I wanted to check this Ramble out because I have been to Central Park many, many times. It's a gigantic park. It's a free park to go to, and they sometimes have events there. It's really a nice place. So I went to check it out, and I then started to bring my dogs there. So, so this awareness now that the stress that was happening to me there, living in the city, and so I was stood by, hey, maybe just move. And I did think about West Virginia because it was supposed to be when I went online. Yeah, I wanted something that's very earthy and all that. Yeah, it looked beautiful, but I felt it wasn't affordable. Even though it's in the South, West Virginia, um, but I thought the rent was still very expensive. It wasn't affordable for me. At least I'm not willing to pay uh, over $1,000 for rent. And there were other concerns I had about West Virginia, but wow. And plus, you need a car. And I didn't want a car. I had cars in the past, and I didn't want that lifestyle. So I said, no, don't go. But watching this program about the quiet zone, I said, hey, West Virginia, let me check this out. And it was interesting. It featured these two guys, and they were one's from Sweden, another one some part of America, and they were driving, to Appalachia, and there's a section. Yeah, they had to go fly to DC, and then from DC, I guess maybe they rented a car or something. Took a car from DC and then drive into this place called the Quiet Zone. It's a region within West Virginia, and I think it also encompasses some of the other states around West Virginia. But I think primarily it's in West Virginia. And there's no cell phone service. no microwave. They have this observatory there, and the premise is that because we have this observatory, we don't want anything to interfere with um, the connection. I don't know the terms to use. And I looked at this. I mean, the two men, they drove over to see this observatory, and yes, it's big. Yeah, they visited other places, and like they had went to a hotel, and they met a young girl that works at one of the hotels that they went to, like a mom and pop place. Very beautiful girl, long, long red hair, and she wanted to be a singer. And the boy says, "Hey, could we use her to, to show us around the town and everything?" And the girl wanted to do it. Yeah. And again, it's nothing really to do there. And I get, meeting the two guys, and she's all excited and everything. And they go off together, and they have their camera. Um, and they go in the quiet zone. And they got to meet a former director of the facility, and he was a scientist. He's retired now, and he um, he does does research, and I just started to think a quiet zone. Now they have observatories, other observatories in the United States. So why West Virginia? Why? Um, that is what I find interesting and what I would want to know. Um, I mean, West Virginia and that area of Appalachia has a very bad reputation, and I think it's unfair. Um, but why there? I mean, the industry is um, it relied on coal, and they shut down the coal industry, and it crippled a whole community. And I remember I did a video about West Virginia. I don't know. I just felt I don't know. I'm not from the South. Never been to West Virginia. I was stationed in the military in Virginia, and I thought Virginia was beautiful, beautiful, very beautiful. They have beautiful trees there. That's what I remember about Virginia. It's a lot of trees, and I thought it was very pretty. But I think West Virginia, what I've seen on social media, the internet, breathtaking because you have all those hills and mountains. But when the observatory, that device, like the satellite thing, whatever you call it, it beams up. It takes it receives signals, and I'm looking at it. They said, "Well, we want to know what's going on in space." And I asked them, "Why do you need to know? Like of all the things that are happening in the world, there's so many things that are happening, but they set aside this large acreage called the quiet zone to do these findings. Well, why over there, quiet zone of no electronic devices? But in other locations, like in Hawaii, where I used to live too, they have a big observatory. It's up on a mountain, this big, Haleakala Mountain. I think it was a volcano, actually. It was a dormant volcano. Yeah, I went up in it once. Um, yeah, that people have nothing is shut off. There's no quiet zone, and that's way up, way up in the air. That that particular location, that observatory. So, um, what are what are they looking for? People, what are they looking for? I, as a young girl, I never used to look up at anything. But you have scientists who want to look up, and they spend millions of dollars for these equipment because they want to look up at the stars. We got things right here on planet Earth that need monitoring, securing people's safety. Um, why are they so preoccupied? Yes, hello, viewer. Why are scientists, what are the scientists looking for? And why are they so preoccupied with what's up millions of miles above? That is a big, big question, people. What are they looking for? Are they waiting for instructions? That's what I'm thinking. See, it's a device, these observatories. It receives signals and then it has the power to send out signals as well. What are they communicating? What are they communicating for and to whom? Yeah, because if you're doing something with an aim, with a vision, a purpose in mind. Um, and why aren't they telling the public? Why don't they tell people, hey, we want to listen for signal? So are you trying to tell us, oh, there are uh, beings out there? If something is dead up there, why even bother? They know it's not dead up there. They know that, but they're listening, waiting, and listening for something. And I think it's instructions, secret. That's where these secret, in my opinion, what these organizations, these sororities, fraternities, Masons, Illuminati things. I think that those systems that run governments, and I say that they run governments, because look at Kamala. Rather than going to a function, it was Israel who was coming to, what was that? They were coming to the U.S. And she is a VP, and she doesn't go and meet them, but she goes to her sorority meeting instead. So it just seems like these organizations may have more precedence, more importance than government policy, or maybe these organizations make up government policy. And so it's a hierarchy. It is a hierarchy, and people are given certain instructions or secrets, whatever. So I'm just wondering, what secret are they looking for? What are they looking for? And why do they never share with us? But I hear that there's going to be a time of revelation with disclosure. That's the word, disclosure. And I remember Trump did say that he's opened up the Space Force, you know. What for? See, I'm thinking, it's either there's life up there or there isn't. I personally believe that there is life out there. I had shared before in my desire to, wake up, because I realized things were, my paradigm changed in the end of 2014. And I allowed myself to venture into taboo areas, metaphysics, tarot cards, things like that, to break the bonds of, hey, why is this considered bad or evil? You know, so I wanted to say, hey, what is this all about? In my quest to open my eyes to truth, and I guess also with the Hollywood, the music industries, and all that, I think they're all related. You know, and it's opening up my eyes to things that I did not know about. That's being revealed, and I think it's someone is actually controlling these industries. They're all connected, and they are having people sell their souls. They're wagging money in their face to do debauchery things to themselves, to others, to children now. These secrets. And I think some of the secrets is that who's controlling these top companies in the entertainment industry. And I think some of the what could be controlling this those industries are the beings that live up in the heavens. That's what I really think. And they're waiting for instructions. Oh, I was going to say something else about that. Yeah, I think the real disclosure is about up above. Uh, yes, not only do I believe that there's things up above, but through meditation, I've experienced things that the world is very, the heavens is very active. Oh, I don't know, I was going to say, yeah, in part of my awakening process, uh, I started to question, I questioned my faith base. You know, I used to be a Christian, and information that I had learned from another YouTuber who broke away from religion, the Jehovah Witnesses, and she too went on a search for truth, and she shared something in a book she wrote called what was that called? The Age of Unknown, Unmasking something. Her name is Vera Courtenay. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon, I think. Yeah, that was in the end of 2014. The book came out, and it shook my world at the time. And but I allowed myself to venture. And part of the process of questioning things, I had bought this poster, and the poster was, yeah, had it nicely framed and everything. Yeah, they did a very nice job. It was of our galaxy, and it had a little arrow pointing, you are here, pointing to our solar system, you know, the sun. It was like a little dot amongst many other dots. And then I remember the caption below. Um, I didn't really, I mean, I saw it, but I wasn't really paying attention. And then I was even questioning that reality with the solar system, the galaxy, the Milky Way. I said, something doesn't sit right. And then I looked at finally looked at the caption very closely. And it was saying that it said how many suns they think are in the galaxy and how many moons or planets, and there were more suns than moons and planets. And I said, no, I don't believe that. Impossible, because see, when you look at the whole galaxy, it all repeats. Okay, and all those suns have planets and all whatever what you want to call it around it. There are other, if you have planet Earth, you have other planets just like Earth, because it all looks like the same thing, a system within a system within a system, like a like a fractal. I think it's called a fractal. The fractals is like when you zoom in, the parts, the whole, well, the parts of the whole, it repeats itself, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah. So if you have Earth, and then you have another sun, because it's all part of this galaxy, and then galaxies within galaxy, right? There are other planets, therefore other beings. And you know what I did next? I took that poster. It cost me, I think, over $400. And for me, $400 um, back then is a lot of money. Yep. And I threw it out. Yes, I did. I threw the whole. I said, because you're lying. I said to myself, there's no, can't be less planets than suns. There's more planets than suns. It's only logical. And yeah, I started meditating. And yes, in this meditation, I observed things in the meditation sessions that I done. Yes, there are beings out there, and I shared this before on my channel. Um, yeah, I don't understand what happened. I said to myself, like usually with my meditation, I just, I had my little candles on, the inside, all that crap. And I closed my eyes and just relax. But and usually, once in a while I saw something. But this particular time, I said to myself, I want to know about X, Y, and Z. I was referring to the moon. The other times from prior to that, I've never done that. I said, I want to be more, I want to be specific this time. Well, girl, I got my wish. I didn't know what was going to happen or what I was going to see, but it was maybe around an hour from my initial starting the meditation when this thing occurred. I all of a sudden saw what looked like the moon. It looked real. It was very clear. Um, you could see the craters and everything, and you saw the light source upon the moon from the top right, aiming down. The light source, and so you see an illuminated moon that lasted for a couple of seconds, and then I saw. Oh, a plane is coming. Okay, I just had a. Not going to compete with the plane. Yeah, and then I saw a being. It was as clear could be. It was very three-dimensional, 3D, extremely. It was so clear. Of the being, you saw its pores. Like I have a camera, uh, um, a digital camera. Yeah, it's a digital camera. Um, I think it's a Panasonic, but it can zoom in clear. And I remember when I used that camera before, you can see the pores of my skin. It was so clear and zoomed in. Yeah, yeah, you can see everything. But in this meditation session that I had, again, my eyes are closed, but my third eye is seeing, first I saw the moon and then the being. It had a funny shaped head. Its head was bent down. It looked like might have been standing. You only saw from the bust up, and its head was down, so his chin is, I guess, is touching his chest. It was skinny, had his skinny arms, um, a leathery looking skin, and his head. I mean, it's going to sound stupid. Uh, was kind of shaped like a football. Like, with a football, like the two ends is kind of like tapered and, pointed. And then you have the center of that football, so, but this head was humongous. It was a yeah, it's bigger than a human head. It could, like you just see like the what would be the back of its head because its head was down. It's facing me, but its head downward, and it is bald, but it had like a leathery skin. It's like a lizard. Like lizards, not just one solid color, but it kind of blends. It was weird, and it had like a leathery strips going across, its back of the head, and you see the 2 points like a football. And I said to myself, "Oh my God, please don't lift up your head. Please don't lift up your head." That's what I said. I wasn't ready for that to see somebody's eyes. I wasn't ready. And I think it knew that I would be afraid, and I guess it could maybe read my intentions, whatever. Either way, I mean, that's just I'm just speculating that, but it didn't want to scare me. And it lasted for a couple of seconds, and then it disappeared, and then I opened my eyes. So yeah, and then that was some years ago. That was before COVID. Yeah, it was before COVID time. And then I had more recently, what was the thing I saw? Oh, I can forget now. It's just what I was going to say now. Um, oh, they are in another meditation session. It could have been 1 or 2, maybe 2 years ago. And yes, those reptile beings do exist. They exist. And no, I do not do drugs. I do not drink alcohol or anything like that. Yeah, I was in my clear mind. Yes, yeah, meditation allows you to see behind the curtain. And yeah, you have to be careful because, some things you're not prepared to see. And wow. And I think some religions, some circles, faith-based systems, they don't want you to meditate. They don't want you to leave this dimension of reality on what's beyond. And I think these observatories is to examine that other side, waiting for signals, waiting for instructions. Yeah, these reptile beings I had seen, it was very clear, and it was wearing a red robe with a hood on. It fit him very, yeah, it looked male to me, looked like a male, and it actually had that snout. I couldn't believe it. And it's with 3 or 4 humans that were wearing dark robes. It wasn't red, so only the reptile thing. It looked like a crocodile. So, and it's standing. Um, yeah, only that crocodile-looking thing had the red, and the others had it looked black. It was in dim lighting that I saw. Yeah, people. I think these parties are entertaining these beings, and I think they're um, yeah. And I heard like this Jordan Maxwell talking about it. Uh, had people talk to him about those beings, the reptile beings, and told them what happened to them. You know, they said that this family was walking around this desert area, and they came across this ritual taking place, and they were spotted. And when they went to run away, the being appeared in front of them. Yeah, they could translocate and yeah, frighten them, warn them, better not tell. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. These beings, and you have government, or you see like the age was it private companies, but they seem to work very close with government, and they're getting information. They're waiting for information. So, so that's what I was thinking. People like, why look upward? Why just look? What just have something? So we just want to know what's up there. You know what's up there, and to spend money on something that's what is it doing for you? What is it doing for you? There are things on this planet that needs help. That getting homes for people. People with getting food, homes, shelters, cleaning up the planet. Why they look it up? Yeah, even was that what's his name? Tesla, the not Tesla, Elon Musk claims he wants to put uh, some civilization up in Mars. What's all this crap going? They know more that they're leading on. It's not just, oh, I wanna put a colony up there in Mars. Why? Why would you want to go there? Why? You got to add why. Is this just another form of what you call human trafficking that they're trying to set up over there? Human trafficking. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, let's all go up there to the Mars. I would not want to go up there. Why? I mean, what is, you're going to set up an industry there? What is it? And you know who's going to be going up there? People with money. And we see like these people with money, those alleged Diddy parties, the ultra wealthy, they seem, I don't know. I seeing all this, I don't want to be anywhere where these people are, because it's just going to be the same thing, as above, so below. What's here is going to be right up there in Mars. It's not going to be a good civilization. You have evil. You can't run away from evil. You can't run away. It's there. It's there, and it hiding information to the general public. These observatory places, they know darn well what's up there. So those are my thoughts. Things are happening around us, and I really think all these things, they might seem unrelated, but I think they are all related. And it was at the age of initiation, and letting the people know, what's that word? They disclosure. Yeah, they're slowly having these disclosures, and yeah, these beings do exist, and maybe some of these beings live under the ground. Who knows? But yeah, there's things that they don't want you to know, and I think everything is related to everything else. This election that we just had in America, learning about this quiet zone that they have in West Virginia, uh, is for a reason. It's for a reason. So I thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. And yes, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And wherever what time zone you're in, enjoy. I guess enjoy your Saturday and have a good Sunday. Okay. Take care. Until next time. Bye bye.